Hello, 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 hello. What have I done now? Right, okay. We are live on the piece of Lego. Again, we're all set up, all ready to go. It's Tuesday night live. The reason why we're doing this broadcast is because we're all officially now where we are today. I've got to be very, very careful what I say. Really, really careful because the monetization goes away. As soon as you start saying, hello, how we doing? The moment you start saying some stuff here on YouTube, is that it all kind of disappears very quickly. 40 people in straight away. How we doing? 44. Right. This is not great beer. If you've tuned in for amazing beer tonight, hello Richard, how we doing? If you've tuned in for amazing beer tonight, this is not what this is all about. This is about getting together, having fun, enjoying ourselves, saying whatever, enjoying whatever, commenting whatever, grab a beer, enjoy. I'm really thirsty. So, I went round my local shop today and I'm not even going to get a glass for this. This was 55 pence, reduced. 55 pence. I was like, I'll take 2 cases. I'm on it tonight. Got some innocent going. Hello from Indiana. Hello, how are we doing? Not got any beer, sorry. Don't you worry about it. If you haven't got any beer, just grab yourself whatever. Cup of tea, biscuit. I've got Boxcar Stories IPA. Wicked. I don't think I've had that one. Hi, Salmon from New Zealand. Hello. Bottle of Carlsberg Export. 55 pence. This is not about craft beer tonight. This is about just getting together. Just getting together in these and just forgetting everything that's been going on maybe all day, because everyone's just banging on about it. I've been doing some FaceTime with some family today, and the family have been telling me that it's all everybody wants to talk about. It's like it just completely consumes everybody, and it's, I'm just trying to offer some relief to you guys, and we're gonna have some fun. We may be doing some press ups, sit ups, do some star jumps and whatnot. I really want to try a swig of this. Oh, and cheers. Hello from Fife in Scotland. Stone the Crow. You're out of beer. Come on now, you can't be out of beer. No, not in these times. Hello from Lincoln. Cloudwater, New England IPA, drinking currently. Wicked, brilliant. Bell's official New England IPA. Really big shoe. Hello from Kent. Playing Doom Eternal and a few. I'm going to get it on Stadia Craft, I think. Doom Eternal. Stadia, not Stadia Craft. That's my other channel. Titanic Plum Stout. Lovely beer. Just opened Schumacher out. This is Carlsberg, not Carlin. It's a bit sweet. It's a bit kind of like, but again, it's not. Beers of Europe order done. Well done. South Yorkshire, Mr. Kent Beer Reviews. How are you doing? Zara, did you check out the online bar? I didn't, to be honest. I think they called it Punk O'Clock. First super chat of the night, £2 super chat. Thank you very much for the super chat. Hi from Littlehampton. So should we get some of these downers tonight? You guys don't start laughing until I've had a drink. Beer Moretti for you. I like a beer Moretti. Mr. Hopsy, right, I sent a couple of invitations out for this, and one of them was to my good friend Rob. I would say Rob, over the years, Hopsine, he got a channel on YouTube called Hopsine, check him out, fantastic guy. I would say in terms of beer education, that man taught me an awful lot. Beer education, because when I started in 2010, I think he was one of the first people to kind of tune into this. Sorry about the little scrote in Bradley Stowe, FC. Yeah, Tutti Frutti from Doug's. That sounds good. Off lager type. Have you ever tried Lafay Ruby. Yes, I have. I've had all the Lafay beers. Really nice, really nice. I'll do anything for a tin of Red Stripe. This is bloody great. Absolutely happy. What happened? Comments are coming thick and fast. What we got 100 people tuned in tonight. 100 people live tuned in. Is it possible to like the video? If you like the video, comment on the video. Maybe share the video, tell people about this video. The more this will go out to people, the more fun we will have. I promise you. 23 likes, thank you very much. 99 viewers. I'm having a Weissstefana Keller beer, really good beer. I'm going to get back to my Hopsine comment in a moment, my discussion. I will get back to it. I'm just like trying to keep up with all the comments. What's my favourite double IPA? My favourite double IPA is, I've got some really good ones over here. I'm looking over at my beer stash from, so a lot of you probably watched the Friday night, you're drinking a Pliny the Elder or Pliny the Younger. I got the bottle sitting proudly in the cupboard. Thank you very much for the haircut. So we did a massive live feed Friday. It went out to 9,000 people. Amazing. It was so much fun. It really was. I was doing press-ups for money. I donated all the money to breweries. What I did was I bought a load of beer, basically. So I got a massive stash over there of beer. Back a few top picks of budget supermarket beer. I think this is this budget, like, I think it's out of date. I think because there's a bit of a beer shortage going on at the moment, and my local shop buys slightly out of date stuff, and he sells it, and he's selling these for 50p a bottle, and I think it went off in February. But you know what? Testing times, it's all testing times at the moment. So I don't mind drinking a beer that went off a couple of weeks ago. It's got alcohol in it. I'm sure it's going to sort me out. It won't affect me in any way. I've also got a bottle of Lagunitas, the Waldo's Special Ale. I got 4 bottles of that come through from Lagunitas Brewing Company in California, which is really cool. They come through just before, I think if they tried to send now, I think it just wouldn't get to me. These are 12% ABV. So we're going to do a bit of, did you ever try the West Mile? Yeah, I think it's on YouTube. I think it would be on YouTube. I always review the beer that gets sent to me. 141 live viewers. Again, if you can like the video, 140 odd people tuned in. If you can like it will go out to more people. We will have an awful lot of fun tonight. Going back to my Hopsine story. Yeah, so this guy taught me an awful lot about beer. I got to try and stop the comments a minute. Not stop them, but I got to just concentrate on my story a minute. Taught me an awful lot about beer, hops, IPAs, double IPA styles. We then started meeting up. We started to meet at the Great British Beer Festival back in the day. I think it was 2014, 2013. I do love a blue moon, me too. And ever since then, we've done kind of meetups every year. And yeah, I mean, this guy. If you want like I do funny, slightly knowledgeable beer reviews. If you want proper in-depth kind of stuff, then even to the point of knowing the brewers, and yeah, that guy's amazing. He's watching tonight, and I sent him a personal invite to tune in and watch. Grab one of those half-pipe beer. We're okay. Let me half-pipe beers from Aldi today that you reviewed this morning. Got mine for 99 pence. Absolute bargain. 99 pence for a bottle of craft lager. It's pretty good stuff. 60 likes and £2 super chat. My pleasure, my good friend. My pleasure. Can go on a pub. Grab a beer out the fridge. Let's drink some beer together. I've been totally pumped for this. I was going to do my usual 4 beer review format on Facebook, but it's so uninspiring, Facebook. So uninspiring. Love the people that tune in, but Facebook will not allow this. See the viewership here? Facebook will not allow it. They will not allow a big viewership on my page. They constantly, they asking all the time, can you pay some money and then your post will go out to more people? And I'm like, no, not really. I'm going to do it on YouTube far more often now, I think. It's so much more fun. So much more fun. Yeah, Facebook's just a bright pain. Got Brown Halfway from Aldi and the Rheinbacher. Rheinbacher Pilsner or Rheinbacher Weissbier. Rheinbacher Weissbier from Aldi is really good. And the Pilsner's not too shabby either. Just drinkable, refreshing stuff. It really is. Abandon on your bottle of drinking is similar to Carlsberg. Yeah. We're slowly but surely heading to 200 live views like we were the other night. The YouTube live streams are so much more funny, better. 176 people tuned in. Again, I don't want to bang on about it too much, but if you can like the video, the 175 people tuned in, if you can like it, it will go out to more people. More people are tuning in. We will have more fun, I promise you. So I'm going to ask a question to everybody on this Tuesday night. It's UK 7:45, 7:45 at night. What are you all drinking? What are you all drinking? Punk IPA is brilliant. Desperados is a nice drink. Yeah, whatever floats everyone's boat, you know? Straff Hendrick. Yes, I've had Straff Hendrick. I had the double. It was really good. Water. Hop, soda water, orange juice, vitamin C, Lagunitas Supercharger, Cocoa Psycho, 20 euro. Well, I'll go on then. You talk me into it. Open a Firestone Walker. Well done, Rob. Well done, Rob. Grab the Firestone Walker. Let's have some fun tonight. It's not as if we all got work in the morning, is it? Just had a Firestone Walker Mind Haze. Now, Trogs Perpetual. I'm not sure if I've had that one, to be honest, a Trogs Perpetual. I've had some of the Trogs beers years ago. Not sure on that one, though. Varka Polish Lager. Brilliant. Corona Stream. Oh, I can't say it. That's it. I've got banished from the chat already. Kent Beer Reviews is drinking a Pilsner. Great, my friend. Continue. Simon, what about Żywiec? Żywiec beer from Poland. Yeah, it's wet. I remember going to Poland once, and I had a skinful all weekend at the beer festival, as you do. Hot dogs, loads of beer, more hot dogs, loads of beer, and craft beers, porters, Baltic porters, stouts, IPAs, double IPAs. And I got to the airport, and beer in Poland is so fantastically cheap. It's so amazingly cheap as beer in Poland. It was about 40p in the airport for a can of lager. And I got some for my flight, the flight home. Because I had to wait. When I got back to Bristol, for some reason I had to wait for like 2 or 3 hours. I wasn't going to get home until late, and I thought, I'm going to have a couple of beers. So I was drinking on the plane. I was drinking cans of Żywiec Pilsner Lager on the aeroplane. I had a couple of people kind of look, you know, but they serve beer on the plane anyway. But I went through the security first and then bought beer the other side, and it was 40p a can. Unbelievable. Aldi had loads of beer today, as it looks like they could stick as they were letting people in one by one, really 187 live people watching tonight. Pardon me. Thank you very much. Hit the like button. Let's get it past 100 likes, please, if you possibly can. We will then hopefully get it up to 200. I've never had. I think we had 200 and... We definitely had 200 and something last night, and that, Friday night, and that was amazing. But, I mean, now we're at the stage where kind of people are really looking for something to do. This could go really well. This could go really well tonight. Aldi's great for beer, brilliant value. Love the Weiss beers, love the Pilsners, really good. 202 live viewers, thank you very much. Can I review Tiger Lager? It's on the YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, put in Tiger Lager, Tiger Beer, and you'll find my review there on YouTube. Hello everybody. Drinking Love and Hate. Vocation Brewery, Love and Hate. Another fantastic beer. Really good stuff. You can pick it up in Tesco for about £3 a can. Is that the Love and Hate? That's the orange labelled can there. Titanic Plum Porter. You're going to drink that later. Go and grab it now, my friend. Go and grab it now. Grab myself a Lancaster Blonde. Brilliant. Drinking Holy Bounty Lindisfarne Oyster Stout tonight. That sounds fantastic. I don't think I've had that one. I've not had... Who was that was talking about Southern Tier beer? Cracking open a Southern Tier late. That was Dominic. Dominic, I have not had a Southern Tier beer in years. There used to be a YouTube channel here on YouTube called Chad's Beer Reviews, and Chad always sent me some Southern Tier beer, and it was like a mocha, Southern Tier mocha, then Southern Tier something else. They were like massive, like imperial stouts, and they were brilliant in big kind of bomber bottles. Then I had the 2X. There was a big phase of Southern Tier hit in the UK then. You could buy 2X over here then, and then it stopped for some reason. Man, I'm 4 hours ahead. I was going to bed. I'm gonna keep it up, my friend. 4 hours ahead. What is it? 12 o'clock at night, and you're gonna stay up and drink with me. Well done, my friend. Stay up. It's not as if you've got anything to do tomorrow, is it? You might as well stay and have a drink with me tonight. Burning some what? I'm burning some Lemoncito Kosh. Ooh, well, that sounds interesting. Hi from Canada. When's the next live stream with Blue Van Man? 209 people. 210. That's a new record for the Real Ale Craft Beer channel. 210 live people watching. That is just absolutely phenomenal. Thank you all so very much. Again, please like the video. Let's get it out there to even more people. No more cheap beer in Wales. We have a new alcohol tax. Isn't that amazing, eh? They just keep on pushing the alcohol, don't they? Should we have a little bit of a chat about this, because it's annoying me. It's the first thing that they hit is alcohol. They either put the tax up or they shut the bars and pubs before. Like, this is the funny thing. We did that live stream Friday night, and we had a fantastic, successful night on the live stream, and the pubs had all shut in the UK. But then I woke up Saturday morning and I went to a garden centre. So they said, oh, pubs need to shut, but your garden centre can stay open. Because, you know, that's really vital, yeah? That's really vital. It's always the pub that gets hit, isn't it? Hi from Philadelphia, how are we doing? I'm really into the malt Scotch ales, like a Scotch, what do they call them? They call them barley wines. That's the name of them. Did someone say Speedway Stout? Oh no, I was trying to spread the word in LA. Spread the word in LA. Spread the word. Let's see if we can get this virtual pub. 225 people. 227 people tuned into this live feed. Absolutely fantastic. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to us. It'd be absolutely wonderful if you could. What are you all drinking on this Tuesday night? I've nearly finished my first bottle of Carlsberg Export. No fluff tonight. No frills, as we used to say in the UK. No frills beer tonight. This is just getting together, getting the community together, talking, having fun. Somebody asked, how's the family? And Chubbs 1 2 3. They're all good. They're all good. They're really all quite cool. Wife's working really hard. My wife works in a pharmacy, so she's working massive hours at the moment. I'm running out my garden. Running out your garden? This is Lou. I'm running out my garden centre soon because I grow some of my own food. Social distance. Yeah, totally agree. I mean, yeah, I like my garden. I like my garden, but I just found it a bit like, you know, they've shut the pubs and the restaurants and they've left the garden centre open. I just found it a bit annoying. 236 people tuned in. The 236 people, please like the video. Let's get it out there. Let's get loads of people watching tonight. That'll be just smashing it at the moment. Absolutely smashing it. 130 likes. Thank you very much. I gotta be honest, it's a bit I'm not sure if I could drink lots of this, even though it's a session lager. It's a bit kind of like, it's not even in a tin, but it's a bit tinny, this. Never mind, it is gone off. It is out of date. I can't be too harsh on it. Right. Next beer. I was going to make these beers last all night, but it looks like I'm not. Do I drink scotch? No. I don't drink whiskey at all. Good evening, Simon from Vast in Norway. Do I drink whiskey? No, I don't drink whiskey. £5 super chat. £5 super chat. We're up to £7 on the super chat. Thank you very much. The message saying, oh no, he's doing the live stream again. No sleep for me tonight then. Who was the Joel Morris? Joel Morris, you did a super chat the other day. Thank you very much for your support. Have you ever reviewed, where's it gone? Any Jamaican beer? Plus, what did you think of Sports Direct staying open? There is a reason why companies are successful. Companies are successful because they generally have colourful characters that brought them to life. Your Mike Ashley's of this world, your Tim Martins of this world. So Mike Ashley owns Sports Direct, Tim Martin owns Wetherspoons. They're colourful characters. The reason why they're successful, and I mean this in the best possible, I hope I don't upset people now, is because they think differently. They may have had a job, say as a youngster, maybe sitting behind a desk on a computer and gone, I can't do this. And they've gone, what can I do differently so I don't have to do this? And a lot of people, that's fine. It's secure work, it's guaranteed, it pays the mortgage, they got their car, they got their family, they got their beautiful life, brilliant, they got a job for life, that's brilliant. But then there's other people out there that just go, they're just like hustlers, you know? They're born to hustle, they're born to make a success out of something, and they will give tooth and nail. 260 live views tonight. This is just amazing. Thank you so very much. And it's the reason why they think differently is because they have, their brains are wired differently to the rest of us. I watch you with a Savannah Vitas. Cheers, Simon. Cheers. Hi from Russia. Now, hello from Russia. How are we doing? Stone the Crows on the leffe. Enjoying the leffe. This is amazing. We could slowly head. This is a Krombacher Pils. Coming in at 4.8% ABV. We could slowly push this live feed towards 300 people. That would just be amazing, wouldn't it? Absolutely amazing. Right, I'm going to grab my beer riff, my friend Richard. He might still be watching. Richard Bennett, are you still there? This company is from Swansea. Fantastic brewery down there in Swansea. They're called Beer Riff Brewing Company. And they also run the Pilot in the Mumbles. They have 2 breweries down there. I would say the Pilot brews, probably, in all fairness, probably a little bit more kind of traditional style beers, stouts, ales, that sort of thing. And then you've got Beer Riff, same company, different brewery, same people. They're doing like your funky New England IPAs and your imperial stouts and all that wonderful stuff. And they're on the harbour side in Swansea. I went down to open it. I went down to opening night. It was fabulous. Twin Town, yeah, Twin Town. I also love I also have a Kronbacher. Do you know Kronbacher? I'm drinking Kronbacher. Good evening, Simon. Just got in from work and opened a Cannonball from Magic Rock. Amazing beer, recommended by you. Thank you. Really good beer. 261 live people watching. If you could hit that like button, if we can get it up, maybe get it up to 170 likes, that would be absolutely fantastic. The more people see it, the more people will tune in. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. Do you think it was a mistake? Hi from Orlando in America. Golden looking beer. Why am I so red? Heating's on in the house, and I'm not a heating type of person. I don't have the heating on. It's either that or my head's gonna blow up. Favorite band or musician? I had somebody ask me a question about the pubs. I think there is something happening, and I think as long as the pubs can do takeouts, that should be fine for the time being. I don't believe that this should be going on for Stadia Craft. I haven't done anything Stadia Craft for a while. I've been so busy with the actual beer channel at the moment, beer and food channel. All right, fella. All right, Raindrop. How you doing? Chris Cooper. Favorite movie? Rocky. Without even thinking, Rocky is my favorite movie of all time. Number 1. Rocky 1. It's nice and cold. £10 super chat. £10 super chat just come through. Thank you very much. Who was that? George, I think you said. George Warburton. Thanks for everything you do, Simon. Cheers, everybody. Barry Toner, £10. You're wonderful, Simon. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. What are we up to? We're up to £27 super chat. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm very humbled by your gestures. Thank you. You need to come to Rocky's it's a classic film. Classic film. I love it. I absolutely love it. Wife, let me. What? Theo. I don't know. Chicken. Grab a beer. Have you eaten? Have something to eat. Grab yourself a beer. And I'll do my very best to cheer you up. How does that sound? Does that sound okay? Joe Biden's watching. Joe Biden's dentures. $5. Thank you very much. Joe Biden. £5. Captain 92. Wow. Let's read these super chats. Cheers from Ohio. Beer unites us all. It really does. Thank you very much, Joe. I know that's not your real name. I don't know what your real name is, so I'm just going to call you Joe. Joe Biden. I'm going to call you Joe Biden if that's all right. Watched many of your reviews, so have a beer on me, Captain 92. Thank you. The super chats are an absolute bonus. They really are. I love the banter. Blowing up, 271 people tuned in. Joel Morris, £5. Have you ever tried any Mad Dog beers? Mad Dog. I did a collaboration with Mad Dog. Do you know what that beer was? I brewed, and it's on YouTube. Watch the video. I was with Alexis brewing down in Cwmbran. We brewed, and this is a collaboration beer, Bohemian Hipster. Bohemian Hipster, never labelled, never mentioned, but it was a collaboration with yours truly on YouTube. We did a YouTube film, and we made some movie, and some... Alexis is a tremendous guy. He's a tremendous guy. I picked up the phone. He's now working for Vog Brewery, Vale of Glamorgan, less than a mile from my house. And I picked up the phone because I knew he was just working there. And this was happening. What's going on now was happening. And I said, Alexis, is that you? Yeah, that's me. I said, can I come? I want to talk to you about what's going on. Thank you. I want to talk to you about what's going on. And yeah, he said, come on over. No problem. Come on over. Come and see me. And we set up the camera in front of the tanks and the vessels. If you've seen the video, and we chatted about the industry, what was going on in the industry, and what could we all do to kind of chum together. And what's my worst alcoholic drink I've ever tasted? To get through what was going on. Then I went to a restaurant, then I went to a bar. Local charity now, you should keep the money for entertaining us. Make no mistake. Oh, yeah, let's call it that. I will be buying beer. If there's any left. I'll be buying beer with the donations. Thank you very much. Can the 300 view barrier be broken? 300 view barrier, $9.99. Got so much value out of your beer o'clock and food o'clock videos over the past 2 years, mate. Keep the company through hard times. Thank you very much. Who was that? That was Barry Toner. Thank you very much, Barry. We're up to £51. £51. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Somebody just mentioned, could we get to 300? How can we get this to 300? Should we play a game? Let's get it. I see 10 beers tonight. £5 from Neil Long. Neil Long, as always, supported the channel. Neil Long, enjoy, fella. Thank you very much. If you've ever seen any of the Lord Chambry beers from Malta, that man there, Neil Long, is the man that sends me he goes on holiday to Malta, enjoys himself, and then bang, he's back over with the Lord Chambry Maltese beers, and he sends them down to me. Fantastic chap, lovely chap. He's from Liverpool. I was in Liverpool 2 weeks ago. We didn't have a chance to meet up. I was doing all the judging in Liverpool, and I brewed a beer with Glen Affric Brewery. And I was just so busy, and of course he was busy. We just didn't have a chance to connect and have a beer together, but we will one day. I'm sure we will. I'll look up over selling their beers, bottle stock, £1. Really sad times. But yeah, the game is, let's see if we can like it, get it up to 300 views, 300 live views. That would be absolutely fantastic. If you could maybe share it with some friends. 20 stars just might get you 300. If you could share it with some of your friends, some of your family members, just tune in. If we can manage to get this live feed to 300, that would just be bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. 300 people tuned in. 200 was my record the other night. We're now up to 280, which Simon eats a burger. $6.99 super chat. Thank you so very much. Cheers from Eastern Canada. Keep up the awesome reviews and raising a double IPA here. Absolutely. Daniel, good evening. UK beer reviews and British beers. There is no beer from Wiltshire. Cloudwater double IPA for 300 views, Simon. Do I have one? I've got a Cloudwater double IPA. Should we? What do you think? 300 views. Let's get it to 300 views. We'll crack it. Oh, I'm going to be a right mess tonight. I'm going to be a right mess. Do you know what people were doing? I was having comments off people. They were tuning in at the beginning of my live stream, and they were fast forwarding to like near the end, and they were going back and forth, forward to the end, forward to the, and they were saying the difference in my face when I got drunk was amazing on Friday night. Analog Tech, how we doing? Yes, lad, how we doing? 280, still very, amazing viewership. Lots of people working from home. You're always a mess, Simon. All good fella. Always a mess. Always a mess here on the channel. Why not? Why not? Bet you don't have a classic can of what? Classic can of... and they're amazing, the comments that grab you. Kind of Tennant's Lager. Love the live feed. Do I still like Beavertown? Beavertown Brewery. Well... I haven't had a beer from them for a while. If it is 300 Simon, you need to chug that. Bill, oh my God, we're 9 views away from 300 live people. Wow, unbelievable. Hit the like button. If you hit the like button, we may get it over 300. Hit that like button. We're 9 views away from 300 live views on YouTube. That would be an absolute record. Absolute record. Yeah, Beavertown. Let's go back to Beavertown. I like Beavertown. 4 away. I've not had a Beavertown beer in a while. Basically, long story short with Beavertown, I used to be able to walk a mile in that direction. About that direction. I used to be able to get to my local Waitrose, and they had Beavertown stocked. We had a great day. Yes, we did. We did. I was with Hopsy. We're 3. Oh no, we've lost 13. Oh, never mind. I had a great time with Rob Derbyshire, Hopsy at Beavertown. But long story short, we used to have a Waitrose over the road, about a mile in that direction. Always had Gamma Ray, neck oil. And what was the orange one? The Bloody Hell. The Blood Orange IPA. They were the beers that were just... They would be weekend beers. So I liked them. Neck it for 300. Well, we got to get to 300 first. It keeps like hovering round. We're like 7 away now. 7 away from 300 live views. So yeah, I have not tried a Beavertown beer in probably... I think the last time when they sold out, I think was the last time I had a beer. And it wasn't because they sold out. It wasn't I stopped drinking it. It's because my Waitrose shut. My Waitrose down the road shut. And I've got to drive now 9 miles and then 18 miles. 18 miles to get back and forth to Waitrose. I'm just not... And it's not as if I went to Waitrose anyway because it was cheap. I went there because it was round the corner. So, yeah, I wasn't going there because it was cheap. It was just incredibly convenient for me to walk and buy some Beavertown and then pick up a bag of crisps. You'd come out, you wouldn't have a left arm. You'd have to, you wouldn't have a left arm after you come out of Waitrose. They'd ask for it on the way out. Just, because you haven't got any money to pay for all your shopping. So you'd say, do you want to take this left arm? 291 live viewers. It's not neckable stuff, this. Crombacher Pills, 660 bottle, one of my favourite Pilsners, and it's available in my local Morrison's. Just go and pick it up and enjoy it. Really good stuff. So, yeah. What are you guys up to? What are you up to? What are you? Simon Sainsbury's now sell Beavertown beers. We don't have, we're 5 away. This is the closest we've come. We're 5 away from 300. I don't have a Sainsbury's in Barry. My local 298, we're about to do it. £15 super chat. £15 super chat. Oh my goodness, we were up to £75. Have you tried Tiny Rebel on draft? Looks like dishwater, but it's lovely. Tiny Rebel on draft. Yeah, we got a pub. We got a Tiny Rebel bar in Cardiff, and it's really good. It's really good. I'm like, another £5 from Joe. A challenge to my fellow beer lovers to match. A challenge to my fellow beer lovers. 303! We did it! We did it! Briefly. 303 live viewers. £79. Thank you all so much. Wow. 304. We've done it. Wow, what an achievement. Hello everybody. How are we all doing on this live feed? Hope you're enjoying the live pub. Hope you're enjoying this virtual pub thing we're doing. My question to you on 300 live views is, what are you all doing in these times? Are you drinking beer? Are you working from home? Are you still going to work? Do you like my wife? No, not do you like my wife, but do you, like my wife, work on the front line? My wife works on the front line. She works in a pharmacy, and yeah, it's really frontline stuff. They're being battered at the moment. And what are you guys? Tell me your situation. Tell me, I want to hear your stories about what you're doing in these, quite frankly, historic times. These real historic times. Let's have a read. Oh, blimey, here they come. Is Longtown near you? I don't know. Try not to start drinking at 1 p.m. Come on. Do it. Come on. Work at a hospital. It must be, my wife's coming home and she's like flat out in the chair. Absolutely flat out in the chair. She really is. And he'll tell us his favourite drink is Carling. Chris Cooper. You're not far wrong, mate. 300 people tuned in. That's a third more. That's a third more than Friday night. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Chief. Made pasta. You've made pasta. God, blimey, these comments are flying through. I want to hear more stories involving lengths of 4x2. I've got so many stories. Do you want to hear a story about how I crashed my car? Do you want to hear a story about how I crashed my car? My first car. I saved up. Apprentice carpenter. I went into my apprenticeship when I was 16. I was earning £60 a week. I was living at home with my parents. And I saved up. For a year. So I started doing driving lessons on my 17th birthday. My dad, love him. Brilliant man. My dad would push me. I was always a little bit, when I was young, like any kid, you're a little bit lazy, you just want to go out, chill out. And my dad was like, 17th birthday, your money you've saved, book yourself 10 driving lessons. So I booked myself 10 driving lessons with the big company. Not Direct Line. What are they called? The British School of Motoring, BSM, the big company. Booked 10 lessons. First couple of lessons, I couldn't get the timing right with the clutch and the accelerator and the gear stick. I finally got that, and when I got that, I went on and passed my test first time. Basically, because the traffic light on my test was stuck on for 15 minutes of my test. I had marks everywhere. I was about to fail, and I hit these traffic lights. I almost gave up. I hit these traffic lights, and they just stopped. They just broke. And I was just sat there. And of course, he's a professional, and he wasn't allowed to say nothing. But I know when we got back to that driving school, he was like, you lucky man. So I passed my test first time through a more or less default. Have some onion rings. Okay. So, I bought my first car. It was a Ford Fiesta Flight. An E registration, 1985. 1985. If we go to 400, it looks like people have had enough now of me talking about cars. I had a 1985 Ford Fiesta e-registration. I paid £1,000 for it. There was a lot of money back then for a car, but it was a really nice car. It was like, I mean, kids these days, they go out and buy brand new cars. It was nowhere near brand new, but it was immaculate. This car was immaculate. 1.1 engine, 1.1 litre engine. And it had one of those rubber, can you remember the rubber spoilers on the back of the Fiestas back in the day? Looked like the little piece off the weird on a Fiesta. Anyway. I had that car for 10 months. What am I sipping? I'm sipping a Cronbacher Pils. I had that, yeah, that's it. I had that car for 10 months and I was going to work one morning. Funny story this, because can you remember the quarter light? I'm talking, maybe some of you, I'm not sure if you're old enough to remember the quarter light windows. So you had a square window on a Fiesta that rolled up and down in the front, and then there was a little, by the wing mirror, there was a little quarter light window. Somebody, because back in the day we all had massive sound systems in our car. I had a lovely stereo and some massive speakers on the back. I was one of them kids. Somebody smashed the quarter light window, took the stereo and the speakers, took it all out of the car, stole it. So I was like, oh man, I have to go to work. I had 4 people in the car. And in a bit of a fit of rage, it was wet as well. It was a wet road. I had to drive up to mid-Wales. I was working in mid-Wales at the time. So from South Wales to mid-Wales every day, hour and 10 there, hour and 10 back. Apprentice carpenter, working at an old open cast mine. We were turning it into a motor parts factory, Land Rover motor parts factory. Mardy, have a look where Mardy is. Maerdy. Absolute, and I hope nobody takes offence to this if they're watching from South Wales valleys, but the absolute back of beyond place, middle of nowhere. Anyway, driving through these lanes, 300 live views again, thank you so very much. Driving through these lanes, little 2-penny wheels, and it was wet, and I was driving, and I remember seeing, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I had to leave so early to get up to this building site. I see a car light coming. It was the middle of winter, coming the other way. It made me jump, and I must have just touched the steering wheel, and I remember I lost the back end. The car slid. It hit the bank of this lane. Hedges either side. Have you ever seen a ghost? No, never. Hello Jenkins, how are we? So I hit this bank and the car flips. The car flips in mid-air. Right? I won't say how fast I was going, but the car flipped in mid-air in this lane. And you remember earlier I told you somebody broke the quarter light window to steal my stereo. My arm went out the window. No word of a lie. £2 from window. Hello, thank you very much. £2, thank you so very much. My arm goes out the window, flops onto the roof of my Ford Fiesta. The car goes, it didn't even touch the side. It went bang, straight down on the roof. So my arm now is down on the because the car's rolled over. I'm out the window, arms on the roof, and the car's sliding down the road. It's sliding down this lane. And my arm, all I could feel, right, was my arm doing this. And I'm just like this. My arm's going to come off. Any minute, my arm's just going to fly off. And the car comes to a halt. Jason, how we doing, Jason? The car comes to a halt, and I'm stuck. And I got another 3 blokes in the back of the car. So there was 4 of us in total. I was driving, passenger, 2 people in the back. Luckily, I had somebody with a lot of common sense with me that day. Hello to my friend Nick Crockford, if he ever watches this video. My friend Nick Crockford was an apprentice bricklayer. So I had an apprentice bricklayer and 2 apprentice carpenters in the car with me. Darren Niblett, Andrew Millard, and Nick Crockford, the other 3 people. I was just laying there on the floor with my arm underneath this whole car, and I shout out, or somebody, I can't remember now, it might have been me, it might have been someone else. Got any more ramen? £2. Ramen, the ramen. Somebody shouted out, it might have been me, it might have been somebody else. I can smell petrol. At that point, Nick Crockford, the apprentice bricklayer, starts booting the window from the back. He was sitting in the back. He boots the window out, climbs out the car. He gets the other 2 people out first, and then they all come round and they lift the car because it off my arm, and I pulled my arm out, and the first thing big mistake. First thing I did, because I don't like blood, I hate having injections, I went like that, and I just stuck my arm. I had a big coat on, and I stuck my arm underneath. I didn't want to see it. I was like, I don't even want to see the mess. So I stuck it under, and I stayed like that until the ambulance come. The car was this high. The car was, how we all got out that car, I will never know. The car was this, it was like that. It was that high off the floor. The whole roof of the car collapsed on itself. So the ambulance come. They were all okay. They all walked away fine. It was just me. So get to the hospital. Tucked away under my shirt. Didn't really feel any bleeding, so I was a little bit like optimistic, you know. So the first thing they did, the blood had dried. They had to peel the shirt, my hand off the shirt of the coat. Oh, I can't remember. I was 17 years of age. 23, nearly 24 years ago, a long time ago now. So they had to, and it was so painful. But at that stage then, it was so painful, peeling the dried coat and the dried blood off my hand. Anyway, I was in agony. They were injecting my hand, give me all sorts of paracetamol, just trying to, because I was running up and down the corridor, screaming in pain, running up and down. And they were like, just calm this boy down. I was still a kid, basically. Calm him down. So what happened next? Oh, x-rays and whatnot. It was, I can't even remember which hand it was. My hands are fine. I broke a finger. And I didn't need, and I chipped a thumb. I chipped my nail. And I broke a finger. After all that, and I took a little bit of skin off my hand. I couldn't believe how lucky. I couldn't believe. Adrian, made up story. Wow. I couldn't believe the luck. I could not believe my luck. I really couldn't believe my luck. That is not a made up story. That is absolute truth. I've got real good friends who can. At the end of the day, I haven't got to answer to myself. I am going to answer myself. I know. My mother visited me in the hospital. My friends, bionic arm. Oh, you just messing about. Okay. I had a month off work with a broken finger. Do you know what I did the next day? I'm like So I'm one of these types of people. Call me, call me irresponsible. So today, I have this text message. We all had a text message today. I can't read it out because all sorts of bots and stuff listening here on YouTube, but we all had a text message today, didn't we? When I was already out. I walked past the police station. I walked straight past the police station on my walk. I was told last night by the Prime Minister that I can go for a walk. I can go for a walk. So I walked straight past the police station. It's just who I am. It's just who I am as a person. You can call me irresponsible or whatever. So anyway, it's just, I went for a walk around Barry Island and I come home. It's just who I am as a person. You can't, it's just my nature. It's just my nature to be like that. Anyway. Next thing I do, when I woke up, arm in a sling, next day, I go out and I found a registration, because I smashed up my nice car, my nice E-registration car. I didn't have money then, so I bought a Vauxhall Nova. Can anybody remember the Vauxhall Novas with the boot? With the boot on the back. Only one walk a day. Yeah. 500 miles. I can walk 500. So I bought a Vauxhall Nova with a boot on the back. Again, 1 litre, little 1 litre car. Took the sling off, handle bandaged up. I went for a drive. The next day, I bought the car in the morning, went for a drive in the afternoon. Because if I didn't do that, if I dwelled on it, if I thought about it, dwelled on it, I would never have driven again. The GSI, I remember the GSI Nova. My friends had the GSI and the GTE. Remember the GTE and then the GSI? They were monstrously fast cars. So yeah, I went out and I drove my car, the one I bought, the Vauxhall Nova with a boot on it, a 1 litre. I drove that, plastic dashboard, plastic steering wheel. It felt like you were stirring soup when you were changing gear. I went out and drove the next day after my big accident, and I've driven ever since. And touch wood, I've never had an accident again. So you asked for another story, guys. I've just given you one. I've just given you another story. GTI IPA. You need an alpha. But I tell you what I have done. What am I driving now? I went out for a drive this afternoon. The roads are dead. I've got it's my wife's car. I had a van for a while, but I sold it to buy my new front window for the house. I sold the van in January. I didn't want it anymore. I'm driving my wife's Volkswagen Lupo, and it's brilliant. The little Lupo. It's X-registration. I think that's 2000. I think the year 2000. I've always had old cars. And this thing is small, dainty, and it sticks to the road. I like to think that I'm a bit of a go-karter. I like to hit the go-kart tracks. Can I remember the Ford Sierra RS Cosworth with a big whale tail? With a big whale tail on the end. Yeah, I remember them. People used to steal them, didn't they? Because they had like the equivalent of a shed door lock on them. Put that hot noodle sauce on something. I don't have any. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, man, I got it. I got some of the hot sauce. Now, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with that? So I've lived a bit of a life, to be honest. I'm 40 years of age. Barry, £5. Thank you very much. Wife, me, I stay together despite not living together. Your wife is one of the heroes. PS. Thank you from us. Thank you so very much. Thank you. I hope I'm entertaining you in some way. I understand that my stories may not appeal to everybody. They may not appeal to everybody, but I hope they appeal to some people out there, and I hope you're missing the McDonald's, yeah, with the hot sauce. I hope they're appealing to some people, and I hope I'm passing a little bit of time with you guys. Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. Can you do a shout out for Rangers Facebook page? Rangers 1690. Check out Rangers 1690's Facebook page. There we go. Google Stadia time, so much spare time. Now I had an XR3i. You had an XR3i? I remember the XR3i. I test drove one of those, and I didn't buy it. I went to buy an XR3i Escort, and I came out. It was just before I bought this house. I bought this house when I was 20. I'd been living in this house 20 years. I was just leaving my teenage years. McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken and Pizza Hut. I was just leaving my teenage years when I bought this house. And in my last year of being a teenager, I went to do you know when you go somewhere to buy something and you leave with something else? I did that. So I went to buy a Ford Escort XR3i. And I found one. £5. Adrian, thank you very much, Adrian. What's this now? Hot sauce on toast. We'll see how things go. See how things go. Not quite the pub, but your chat is cheering me up. What happened to the custard cream beer? And oh yeah, here's a question. Maybe hopefully he's still here. Darius is asking, what happened to the custard cream beer that me and you brewed with Northern Monk? Maybe you can comment and let him know. So I'm test driving this XR3i. I put my seatbelt on, bucket seats, and he said, give it some down this road. And I dropped it from fourth to third, put my foot down, and it lagged. It didn't jump. It just went boom. And I thought, oh, this is not as quick as I was expecting. I was expecting it to like launch back in the seat a little bit, and you could tell I was disappointed because he was a salesman. He was a car salesman. I went a bit quiet. No, I haven't seen Harry's Guy. Where can I watch that? On the television? So you could tell I was disappointed. He didn't have enough grunts. So he took me to this Audi 80 2-litre E. I brought this Audi 80 2-litre E. 2-litre injection thing. And it was brilliant. It was so much quicker than an XR3i. And somebody mentioned earlier, if you're still watching, somebody mentioned earlier about GTE, Nova GTE and a Nova GSI. Right, so my two best mates, one of them who was in the car with me that I crashed, one of them bought a GTE and had it chipped. Used to get things electronically chipped back in the day, and he even had it bored out. He had it bored out, I think, to a 1.8 or a 2-litre. So he had all sorts of things done on this car. And my brother, now who is now my brother-in-law, if he's watching, he might be giving me a poke the next time I see him. But he bought I think he had the GSI. One of them had a GTE, one of them had a GSI, Nova. And we used to go over to a place called the Nap, other end of Barry. And it was kind of out of the way, no people around. And we used to have a bit of a race round, you know, as you do. I was still only 19. And I remember being in the lead, coming off this corner, coming under the tunnel. None of you will know where I am here, but I come under the tunnel in the lead, and I remember I had these two Novas all over the back of me. I had one on one side, one on the other, and I come out of this bend, and I dropped it into third, and I just absolutely floored it now to go as fast as I can away from these two Novas. But they were like, wee! You could hear them. I could almost hear them, wee, pulling up alongside me. Yeah, maybe we'll change the subject in a moment. But anyway, my Audi 2 litre E just, is this the new Top Gear? Just about stayed ahead of these two Novas. Anyway, it looks like people are not that interested in Vauxhall Novas and cars. So we're down to 250. So maybe we should go back to the subject of beer. It's very difficult for me though, because I'm on my own here. I'm trying to keep a live stream going, and it's kind of like, what do you talk about all of the time? Let's talk about what? Let's talk about my last fight. I had a hide-in once. Do you want to talk about that? I tell you what, 261. We got up to 300 people. We're doing quite well, but I need a pee. Can I go for a pee? Is that okay? Can we hold it at 264 people while I have a pee? I'll tell you about a hide-in I took once when I was 17. I had a hide-in, a massive hide-in. I'll tell you all about it. Let me have a wee, grab a beer, and we'll try. I got absolutely pummeled, I did, when I was 17. I'll tell you about it now. Yeah? What do we owe? 277. This is gripping. I'm back. So, Where are we? 272. No, but oh, more than a black eye. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. I'm in my own house. This is the thing. I live a different type of life. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna finish up on this. It's a wonderful institution, but who wants? You don't wash your hands. I said no, never, never, absolutely not. I'm busted. Can you show us your hat collection? I've got loads of beer hats. I'm gonna finish off with a 12% ABV beer for everybody tonight. My last beer of the night. I just had a great chat with the wife. She wants me to go and sit with her for an hour. So I'm sure you can totally understand that. She's been doing NHS work, pharmaceutical work all day. So I'm going to open this, have a bit of fun with you guys. And then we'll have a longer one, I promise you. I tell you what we'll do, we'll have a longer one on Friday. Friday night or Saturday night, we'll go whatever into the midnight hours if you want, if you so wish. So I'm going to open this now and we're going to have some fun. Who wants to hear about me getting absolutely pummeled, beaten up, in other words? Or we could just have some fun and talk about beers and just whatever. Because I think I've been talking about, maybe we'll save that story for another night. 12% beer. 12% beer. Here we go. I'll use my hello glass. I've given you one massive story about cars tonight, so we'll go into that. We'll go into that again, but this is really like my kind of like, nobody knows who I am really, because I never give anything out in the real beer reviews, because I just do the beer reviews. I've always kept it kind of like slightly professional. Food reviews, beer reviews, keep it real if you like. So we'll leave that story for another night. I still got the scars on my head, back of my head, and I got a big scar on the top of my head where I got a proper beating. Cheers from Norway, 12% beer, 12% beer. Stone the Crows. A shout out, Tunisia, how we doing? All the best. Tell us about your first beer memory. Oh, first beer memory, I tell you, first alcohol memory, real alcohol memory was, apart from my father giving me beer in the house when I was about 12, let's talk about when rugby. I played rugby, every Welsh person played rugby. I played rugby as a 17-year-old again, 14 to 17. 14 to 17, 14 years of age. I played rugby and we went on a tour of to visit some of the French sides. That's all right. Strong mind. Hello from China. How are you doing, China? How are you doing? Stay home. Did you ever drink Frosty Jacks? Probably. No, I don't think it was around back then. It was called, what was the blooming stuff called back in the day? The cider. White Lightning. It was called White. Anybody remember White Lightning cider? That was the stuff. White Lightning cider. They were the days. Oh my goodness me, White Lightning. Special K White Lightning. Oh god. When you were a kid, you grab whatever you could, wouldn't you? You grab whatever you could. And it was poison, wasn't it? It was absolute poison. It's lovely. It's nice. It's good carbonation. It's a bit between the kind of like a barley wine and a hoppy beer. This comes straight from the brewery, so I can't imagine them sending me old beer. Straight from the brewery. 9% Super Skull. Yeah. Remember them beers, Skull? What are the beers? White Diamond White. Yes, Diamond White. It's stupidly named stuff, like, you know, but it seemed to make sense. I remember drinking Diamond White, 3 litre flagon. 3 litre of flagon of Diamond White. I had that watching a Manchester United versus Liverpool FA Cup final. It must have been about 1995, around that time. 1995. Diamond White. Oh my goodness me, I haven't heard that name in years. Special Red, Crest Super Lager. Yeah, I remember them all. Tennent's Extra, Special Brew, Double Maxim. Oh, I remember all of this stuff. I was drinking it all. We were wild here in Barry. Back in the day, it was wild. I was born in 1979. By the 1990s, I was drinking. Eric Cantona, yeah, doing his chop suey thing in the crowd. Used to do a live stream with 80s, 90s beers. Woodpecker cider. Cheeky 2020. 2020! Oh yeah! I remember that 2020 stuff. It was like multicoloured. It was like blue or red or yellow or something. 2020. Bigfoot Ale. I don't remember Bigfoot Ale, to be honest. Holston Pills. Hofmeister, Follow the Bear. I think Jenkins mentioned that just now. I used to drink that. Diamond White. Diamond White. Oh my goodness me. That really took me back to, like, that was like a bong moment in my mind when you mentioned Diamond White. Bloomin' heck. Rolling Rock. Labatt's Ice. I used to love a Labatt's. Absolutely love it. So drinking up the a pub, don't laugh. It was called the Cwm Talog in Barry. A Brains pub called the Cwm Talog. And they had Labatt's on keg. And I always remember I used to sit with Darren Niblett and Andrew Millard, the two people who were in the car with me that rolled over. We used to go to the Cwm Talog and we used to have a pint of Labatt's. Or 2, or 3, or no, I was driving. I always used to have the one. Hello from Sweden. How are we doing? North Korea. Jim, thank you very much. I gotta read this super chat. Yeah, things are starting to get a bit now. I had a few beers. Cheers from Tasmania, Australia, home of Bogues Premium Lager. Yeah, you reviewed and hated it. Love your videos, and so true. Yeah, something. It was a name one. It was like Jim Bogues or something. James Bogues or something. Lager. Pardon me. Oh. I remember it. Skull. Yeah. Skull Lager. Have you tried El Dorado? Breaker Lager. I remember buying Breaker Lager. Yeah. Absolutely Breaker Lager. What happened to all of this? Where did it all go? I mean, it was probably rubbish. It was probably absolute rubbish. But back in the day, you drink it. What's this Diamond White thing now? Diamond White and White Line in glass bottles. The girls here in Ireland used to drink back in the day. Oh man, alive. I used to have so much fun. We always knew the kids would call her Patty Girl. Today, the girl. I can't, married man, love my wife to bits, you know. But yeah, the ones with the 3 litre bottles of cider, yeah. I know where you're going. Know where you're going. $2, Stone the Crows. This is Dave from New Jersey. Hello, Dave in New Jersey. How are you doing? Kia ora. Kia ora. Kia ora. I remember them days. First time I got was Peach Conrad when I was 12. Full bottle Yobo. Exactly. It would, you know, life has changed so much. Life has changed exponentially. Just, I'm a middle-aged man. But you see the kids today, just, they're gaming. They're just like FIFA. Or, man, I used to have so much fun. So much fun. The kids today, I tell you, just drink it, just on their Xboxes or playing FIFA. They got no lives. And I mean that if you're young and you play FIFA, I mean that with the greatest of respects. But I also warn you that sitting in your bedroom all the time playing FIFA is not the way to go, honestly. Because once you're old, you're old. And once you're old, and there's nothing going to change that. Nothing's going to change being old. Honestly, it's all downhill. Hi from Cardiff, Skill Gamer. Good evening, Bolivia, how are we doing? I'm 30. Yeah, look, you're 30, you're playing FIFA. No problem with that whatsoever. I used to play games. It wasn't as extensively as the kids today. The Diabetic E, $15. Thank you so very much from the Diabetic E. We're £118. Thank you so very much. Good day from Birkenhead. Hello from Birkenhead. FIFA is... I understand that the, you know, like you just mentioned, you're 30 and you play FIFA. I still play now. I just bought that Google Stadia thing, and I still play. But I've never ever played to the extent that the kids play today. Today's kids would spend their lives. If you said, don't bother with breakfast. Oh, okay. And you went back up 4 hours time. Do you want dinner? They just carry on gaming. Until they're absolutely starving. They'll come down and they're like, oh, I'm starving, hungry, you know, I need to eat, that type of thing. And I still had, like, I'm not saying the youngsters don't have any now, 25 SEK. What is, cheers to Jonas. Is that Swedish krona? What is 25 Swedish krona in English pounds, please? What about you as you do videos on YouTube? About as much. I replaced a lot of my game, but I've told you some stories tonight. I've told you some story about my life, you know, the crazy stuff that I used to get up to. It wasn't like I just used to spend all my time gaming. I'm not looking. I'm really not standing here looking to attack people tonight. I promise you. I'm not like oh, these kids are gaming or whatever. But yeah, I spend a lot of time on YouTube, and I think that comes from having that. I used to play a lot of Championship Manager. I won, and this is some feat. I won the Champions League with Cardiff City in the Champions League. I won the Champions League with Cardiff City. And that is, on Championship Manager, that is some feat. That took years to do. I did that. That took me years. So, I can do it. And then I replaced Let's Win the championship, the Champions League with Cardiff City to let's win on YouTube. And I've been trying ever since. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's still digital stuff. It's still comments rolling up the side, albeit by real people. Real people are commenting and real people are talking to me. But it's still all about, at the end of the day, it's the figures. That I'm quite a good number cruncher. I can crunch numbers really well. And that's what made me win at Championship Manager. I was very good at crunching numbers. So to see this makes me go, yeah, this is, I can get this to work. I promise you, I can get this to work. I'm nearly there. What's that? Simon, are we? Oh man, how are we, Simon? Another channel. That took a long time to read. I'm okay. Tiger Bay Soccer, Cardiff Bay, the Cardiff Bay Tiger Bay. Same Dan J. Okay, so we're doing really well. Absolutely really well. It's 9 o'clock though. So I'm going to reluctantly, hi from Paris, I'm going to reluctantly, really reluctantly now, call time on this live stream. If you want to tune in again, I'm going to give it a few more days. I think too much of a good thing, down the beer. I'll drink it quietly. Yeah, see you Friday night. I think too much of a good thing will slowly, very quickly become something that becomes a bit rubbish. So I'm not going to do this every night. I'm not going to do it every other night. I think something like a Friday, Tuesday, or Friday, Wednesday. I think Friday, Tuesday works. It like splits the week. So, daily life drink. Friday, here we go. I got a great moderator here in Adrian. Friday night, 7 p.m. Tune in, Friday night, 7 p.m. We will be live here on the YouTube channel with a virtual drink. Go out, buy yourself some amazing beer, and we will have some fun on Friday night. I promise you, we'll have some fun. In the meantime, if you haven't, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Give us a like before you go on the video. Give us a comment. Which beers? Anything. This is not about this live feed is not about beer reviewing. I kind of like made up my mind on that within 20 minutes of the first Friday night feed that did very well. I made that decision to go, yeah, this is just going to be chat, enjoy, ask you what you're doing, ask you what you're drinking, find out about you. You get to find out about me, I get to find out about you. We have some fun, we have a virtual pub. It's not about beer reviewing. I will still be, in the meantime, uploading one beer in the morning, one beer / food, or just food in the afternoon for you to watch throughout the rest of the week. So there will still be, before Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there will be another 6 uploads, releases on YouTube before Friday's feed. So you'll have stuff to watch, stuff to do. But thank you for now. Stone the Crows. Love you all so very much. Boom! And cheers.